Morning students, today we will continue already we have seen the concept of vector. We will see the exercise regarding that. So exercise 10.2 we have done the examples. So one by one we will look some questions. Compute the magnitude, first question of the 10.2. Question says compute the magnitude of the following vector. I am taking the C question, third one. So vector third question is given this like that. You are told to find the magnitude. The meaning of magnitude is you need to find the mod C. Solution I am starting right from here. It is given. So mod C will be, I don't think that you don't remember this. It's so simple that whenever any vector ij is given, its mod is given by first square, coefficient of I square, coefficient of j square and coefficient of k square. So your answer is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3 and answer is 1. So I don't see the trouble, so easy. Question number 5th, I want to tell you, question 5th. Find the scalar and vector component of the vector with initial point 1 and terminal point minus 5, 7. Look at, let initial point is 2, 1 and terminal point is minus 5 and 7. Can you see here? It is the initial point, it is terminal point, and it is told what we are asked that find the components. So whenever you need to find the component, you find the vector. You first find the vector AB. So I tell you that by definition of position vector, you go with vector AB. You know vector AB. It's so simple. I taught you this by two-dimensional concept. x2 minus x1i plus y2 minus y1j. That only minus 5 minus 2 I plus 7 minus 1j. So answer is a minus 7i and this is 7 minus 1 6j. So this you have got minus 7i plus 6j. I would speak about the components. What do you think? Minus 7i is a vector component of AB along x-axis and 6j cap is a vector component of AB along the y-axis. So this is vector component along with I, this is vector component along with j. But if you will say minus 7 is a scalar component of AB along x-axis and 6 is a scalar component of AB along the y-axis. So when you will say along with I and j, they will be called a vector component, and without I and j, they will be called a scalar component along x-axis, along y-axis. So I close my answer here. You write please. Here is only formal writing is remaining. You do please. Question number, we have a 6th. Find the sum of all vectors. You can do it. A plus B plus C. You know it. 7th question I want to discuss with you here, guys. In question number 7, I have A equal to I plus J plus 2K. Its solution I have started from here. No formalities. Question we are told find the unit vector in the direction of A. So I taught you that unit vector in the direction of A is given by A cap, and you should know the definition only. The definition is A cap equal to vector A upon mod A. It is a definition whenever any unit vector you want to find along with any vector or parallel to that vector. So vector A is equal to I plus J plus 2K upon mod A, meaning 1 is the coefficient of I is 1 is square, coefficient of J is 1 is square, coefficient of K is 2 is square. So it's a 6. So we'll separate it. 1 by 6 I, 1 by 6 J and 2 by 6 K. This I separated the term. Now this is final answer. This is simple thing. I want to pull your attention towards direction cosines. So in the case of K, this is L, M and N. And in simple vector, 1, 1 and 2 are direction ratios of A. And this is extra knowledge I just gave you. Okay. Now question number 8 is just looking like that. Can you read? Find the unit vector in the direction of PQ where P and Q are given. Look at it. So P is given, solution started from here. P is given 1, 2, 3 and Q is given 4, 5, 6. So you are told to find the unit vector along PQ. So first find PQ. First find PQ. So by definition of position vector, we will find PQ, which means position vector of Q minus position vector of P. Short formula you can use, same idea here. What? 4 minus 1, 3, I, 5 minus 2, 3, J, 6 minus 3, 3, K. That is simple. And you want to find the unit vector now. So use same method. Then unit vector along PQ is given by PQ cap vector PQ upon mod PQ. That is simple. And after that PQ is equal to 3I plus 3J plus 3K upon mod PQ is equal to 3 square this and this. So ultimately in downside we have a 3 root 3. So we would have in downside like that. And you separate the sum, this by this is gonna be 1, 3 and 3 cancel. This by this, 3 and 3 cancel. And this by this, 3 and 3 cancel. So this is the unit vector along that PQ we have got it. So these were the questions. Some more questions we will discuss today. Easy exercise after looking the concept. It all are so easy. Now look, we have question number 8 we seen. Now same question number 9 is coming. For given vectors, we have given vectors A, which is a 2I minus j plus 2k, and B is a minus I plus j minus k, and we want to find the unit vector in the direction of A plus B. So guys, you know that whenever you are told to find the unit vector along any vector, you first find that vector. So you want to find here the unit vector along A plus B. So find A plus B first. So what I will write, look at, it's a very good thing I will, we want to find A plus B. Now, so we name it is R. Suppose it is R equal to A plus B. Now we want to find the unit vector along A plus B, meaning we want to find the unit vector along the R. So for convenient concept or condition, I put its name R equal to A plus B. It's not necessary, but I took for convenient. Okay, R equal to A plus B meaning 2I and I is I. Minus j and j is 0, and this 2 will be k. So we have done it. So this is your R. Now unit vector cap is equal to what you had to find. You had to find the unit vector along A plus B. So A plus B equal to R. Now you can say we want to find the unit vector along the R. So okay, we got it now. So R cap equal to vector R is I. 0 say I don't want to write k upon mod R, 1 square and 1 square meaning 2. So 1 by root 2 I, 0 j and 1 by root 2 k. That is the R cap. Hope you are getting it. So easy it was. Nothing hard it is. Now let me take some more questions. Question number 10 is a very good question. Let me speak something about this. Very good question this is. This is suppose A. And you want to find in the direction of A such a vector whose mod is 5 unit. Whose mod is 5 unit. Let me explain again. That A vector is given and you want to find another vector in the same direction of A like that whose mod is 5. So whenever the mod is given and you want to find any vector, your answer is 5A cap. 5A cap. You can conclude by yourself. Its mod is 5. When you will find its mod, it is 5 because A cap have a mod 1. So answer is 5. And what is the direction of 5A cap? Is same as A. Where the direction of A? The direction of A cap is same. So this time, whenever the mod is given and you want to find the vector particular whose mod is given in the direction of any vector, the answer is 5a cap. Same as question number 10 is being there. So easy now for you guys. Can you read the question 10? Find the vector in the direction of vector. Let it is a. Let it is a. That is minus 5 minus j plus 2k. And you are told here, find the vector in the direction of this which has a magnitude 8. So required vector is 8 a cap. Why? I taught you that this is a vector whose direction is same as a and whose magnitude is 8, because when you will find its magnitude you will have a definitely 8. So what the answer is now? 8 a cap. So what is the meaning of a cap? Vector a upon mod a. Put up the values. So vector a is a 5 j 2k upon mod a is a 25 1 and 4. So these all will be 30. And this is 5 minus j and 2k. And this is answer. This is answer. Nothing hard. It was so easy. It is. Okay, the question we have completed. 11th question, let me explain something about 11th question. Any two vector A and B are collinear. So let me speak something about this. No special definition of collinear. When we say AB and BC are parallel, so in the case of parallel, they can be collinear. Points can be collinear. Why? Vector can be collinear. Why? Because B is a common point. When B is a common point, this will be like that, and A, B, C will be collinear. So I would speak something about two vectors are collinear. I would speak when they are parallel, they can be called collinear. Vector, I am not talking about points. Vector. Two vectors will be collinear if they will be parallel. So sometimes the definition is a bit tough because people can speak about this A and B are parallel, how they are collinear. But actually it follows the situation like that. Here it is. Here you see AB parallel to BC. B is a common point. So A, B and C will be collinear point. This time AB and BC will be collinear vectors. So only show that parallels, the vectors are parallel, they will be collinear. In same sense, I want to discuss to you right here. Can you catch something I want to share with you here? Let me tell you one thing. AB is equal to 2i plus 2j plus k. BC equal to 4i plus 4j plus 2k. Now try to understand about these two. I would say something that these two are parallel. How it is so? We have two things to tell you. First, can you see 2 and 4? 2 by 4. 2 and 4, 2 by 4. 1 and 2, 1 by 2. All are same. So when coefficient of I, j, k are proportional in both the vector called parallel vector. First thing. Second thing, A, BC, can you see BC? So BC have this particular, take out 2 common. 2i, 2j and k. When you take 2 common, this will look the same. So can you write AB here? BC equal to 2AB. I taught you it means BC is 2 times of AB. But when equal to sign between them, it means these two are parallel. Again, I will show that they are parallel. B is a common point, they are collinear, definitely. So, in the current question, let me speak something about the thing. Question number 11, let A is equal to 2i minus 3j plus 4k and B equal to minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k, and we have to show A and B are parallel. So let me take B. Can you see that So B equal to, so many things we are having. These two are proportional. Can you see 2 by minus 4, 3 by, these two are, say use simple method. Since 2 by minus 4, minus 3 and 6, and 4 by minus 8, they are all equal. And when they are equal, A and B can be called parallel as well as they are collinear. This is a simple way. So please keep remember this thing. Whenever coefficients of ijk is proportional, actually they are parallel. But if one point is common, definitely they will be collinear. Okay, so keep remember the concept. Now we have question number 12. 12th question already discussed. A equal to I plus 2j plus 3k. And we are told to find direction cosines. So I don't think that you don't remember this. I think you remember. Whenever we are told to find direction ratios, there are 1, 2, 3. But direction cosines, for cosines you need to find the unit vector. So if you need to find the cosines, you will find first the unit vector along the A. It will be A cap, vector A upon mod A. So vector A is I, 2j, 3k, and mod A is 1, 4 and 9. So A cap equal to 9, 4, 13 and 14, 1 by 14i, 2 by 14j, and 3 by 14k. So none else but I would speak that L, M and direction cosine are none else but coefficient of I, J and K. This will be cosine, and 1 to 2 this will be ratio of A. So keep remember, this is very simple but important thing. Whenever you want to find element, you find A cap, and whenever you want ratio, you can directly judge from the given vector. Okay. So this is a question number 12. Question number 13 is same as, can you see question 13? Question number 13. So A is given 1, 2, minus 3, and B is given minus 1, 2 and minus 1, and you are told to find direction cosine of the vector from A to B. So first of all, you want to find the vector now, then you can find the cosine of AB. So first of all, by definition of position vector, you will find AB. So how we can find AB? We will subtract position vector of B minus position vector of A. So you can write minus 1, minus 1, minus 2i. 2 and 2, 0. And 1 minus 3 means plus 3 is a 4k. This is your vector, but it is not answered. Minus 2, 0 and 4, they are ratios. But you are told here to find the cosine. So you will find AB cap, meaning vector AB upon mod AB, because you want to find the cosines. So minus 2i plus 0j plus 4k upon, it's a 4, it's a 0 and 16. So your answer is 20. So minus 2 by 20i, 0 upon 20, 0, and 4 upon 20 is like that. So this is L, M and N. What element are? Minus 2 by 20, 0 and 4 by 20 is the L, M and N of the vector. So this is the direction cosines we can find out. Question number 14, I would speak about that. Question number 14, I would speak. Let me put up the board. Question number 14 is, show that the vector I plus j plus k is equally inclined with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Very good question this is. Given vector is suppose A. Let A is I plus j plus k. What we are told? We are told to show that this vector is equally inclined with ox, oy and oz. Like that. This is y, this is z and this is x. And a vector A which is equally inclined with all the three ox, oy, oz, meaning x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Let me explain something. If you remember, yesterday I taught you about the axis. Remember, this is y-axis, this is z-axis, and this is x-axis. It was like that. And this is a vector A. Can you imagine that A is here? So this time A is making equal angle with all the axes, meaning alpha and beta and gamma all should same. Alpha and beta and gamma all should same, meaning alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. You remember when L equal to cos alpha, m equal to cos beta, and n equal to cos gamma. When L, m, and will be same, cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma should be same, then alpha, beta, gamma will be same. And this angle alpha, this angle beta, and this angle gamma, when all will be same, we will say this vector is equally inclined with the axis. When a vector is equally inclined with the axis, meaning the vector is making equal angle with all the axes. And we focus on angle only. So for angle, you will find the cosines. Look at I tell you how we can find the cosines. First of all, we will find a cap, because you know that cosines is totally focused on the unit vector. So a cap is equal to I plus j plus k upon, this is 1 and 1, you know, mod a. So a cap is equal to 1 by root 3 I, 1 by root 3 j, 1 by root 3 k. What do you think? So L equal to 1 by root 3, M equal to 1 by root 3, and N equal to 1 by root 3. L equal to what comes? Cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. So when all are same, one can understand that cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma all are same. And it means that alpha and beta and gamma are same. And when alpha, beta, gamma same, we can say that, therefore we can say vector A is equally inclined with x, y, and z axis. This language turn actually change from your book. In book it is told OX, OY, OZ. I wrote X, Y, Z. You please try to catch the concept, so easy it was. When L, M, N are same, meaning cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma same. So when cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma same, meaning alpha equal to beta equal to gamma. And what is alpha and beta and gamma? This is alpha, this is beta, and this is gamma. All are same, meaning A is equally inclined with all the axes. That's simple. So this was a simple thing. Important question also. Question number 15. It is simply internal and external division. I taught you yesterday. You please do this question by your own. 16 question. Again very same. Still I am telling you 16 question. What is the question 16? You are told P is 2, 3 and 4 and Q is 4, 1 and minus 2. You want to find the position vector of midpoint of line joining P and Q. So this is P and this is Q. Suppose it is R. You want to find the position vector of R when it is a midpoint. So do you remember this concept? You want to find the position vector of midpoint of P and Q. So I tell you one thing, let R is a midpoint of PQ. So you remember that position vector of that R is equal to position vector of P plus position vector of Q upon 2. It's a division. You know, M and N I taught you, but when we want to find the position vector of midpoint, it is independent of M and N. So OR equal to that OP plus OQ upon 2. Put up the value. What is OP? Position vector of P. So this is P now. So OP will be 2I plus 3J plus 4K, and OQ meaning position vector of Q is 4I plus 1J minus 2K upon 2. So answer is 2I and 4I, 6I, 3I, J and is a 4J, and these two will be 2K upon 2. So divide by 2 in all. 3I, this is 2J and this is a 1K, and that's an answer. So hope it was so simple. Show that point ABC are the vertex of a right angle triangle. I taught you yesterday this question. So you remember that in example I taught this. So hope student, this is the exercise from my side only. Many questions, even 80% question I have taught you. Now tomorrow is a good class about the scalar product, so we'll study tomorrow. Thank you.